Of course, Barnsley and Sheffield Wednesday have more in common than their location. Both clubs have switched managers partway through the season, now that Alan Irvine is in charge of the Owls. To find out what life's like after a regime change, we sent along a Barnsley lad who became a Wednesday legend. Here's David Hurst.
I'm at a place today where you would never normally find me. Yes, I'm in a pub in Barnsley. Come to ask the Barnsley faithful what sort of job Mark Robins has done for them.
Well, the guy's obviously got it. To get the type of results that he's got, and particularly the away form in recent years in which Barnsley has been struggling, it's nothing short of sensational.
David, are you going all right? Sure. Can I just ask you a few questions? Yeah. Just about Mark Robins. If you'd have been appointed in pre-season, how well will you have been doing now?
Playoffs. Would have been at playoff place, without a doubt. We've got to change now, whereas we're thinking now, instead of going down, we could have a chance again in playoffs.
Good. I'm back out in the cold, just looking at some smiling faces of Sheffield Wednesday fans. Going to ask them the question, how well they think Alan Irvine is going to do for their club.
I think they just need a little bit more motivation. I mean, I think the Reds had dropped a lot, a bit when Brian were here, because of the position that we were in, but hopefully he can lift them up and pushes it in the right direction.
He's got the pedigree, I think, to turn the club round, and I think our first job is to stay in the Championship and secure our position there, and hopefully he's the man to do that.
He needs to sort defence out as well.
So you're not happy with the defence as well?
Oh.
Here we are inside Oakwell, minutes before kick-off. The fans are waiting for the excitement to start. Big game for Alan Irvine. Let's see how him and his boys do. Very, very positive start by Sheffield Wednesday. A very early goal and just the start that a new boss, Alan Irvine, is looking for. Barnsley replying to make it one each. 2 goals in 6 minutes. What a game that we've got in store for us. Goal scorers being Tommy Spur for Sheffield Wednesday and Alfredson for Barnsley. Jermaine Johnson sneaking onto a little flick on by Marcus Turgay and smashing it in through the goalkeeper into the back of the net. An incident-filled first half here at Oakwell. Both managers pretty pleased with their team's performances. Alan Irvine obviously being the happier one of the two, with his team in front 2-1. It's a noise that we've not heard from Sheffield Wednesday fans for a good number of months. They seem to be happy with the way that the new boss has started out. And a great ball across there. Another appeal for a penalty from the Barnsley fans. 1 or 2 penalty claims turned down by the referee today. What an entertaining local derby that was. Sheffield Wednesday coming out on top. Alan Irvine's first game in charge gets the result that these people have been looking for a number of games. Did you expect his team to get up like they did for Alan, as I'm sure you saw when it was your first game?
Absolutely, I expected that. I think it helps with it being a derby game. You know, I think that they're a certain type of game in derby games, and especially between Sheffield Wednesday and Barnsley Football Club.
What sort of difference is it from taking over sort of pre-season?
Oh, massive difference. In pre-season, you can work on the finer points of the game. You can make sure that everything that you feel is important is bedded down. We've had to come in, obviously, in the middle of the season in a very, very precarious position.
A fabulous Yorkshire derby here at Oakwell, and yet again the new manager wins the day. That's me, David Hurst, freezing cold for the late kick-off. I'm off to get warm.
Get warm, yeah. That pub did look warm. John, you were at the game. Did you frequent the same establishments before and after?
No, I couldn't get in because David Hurst's fan club was hanging out the doors there, and I was scared to go back in. But they were all Wednesday fans, in fact.
Well, they fitted in nicely then. Hursty enjoyed it. Did you? Was it a fair result?
It was a fair result. I preferred the first half. I mean, that was sort of, we saw the 3 goals in the first half. Second half was all Sheffield Wednesday. I mean, for me, Jermaine Johnson, he was the top man. He was. Master stroke by Alan Irvine, not Irvine, as I was saying there. I mean, he just gave Jermaine Johnson a free roll up front, and he revelled in it, he did. And he was the sort of pick of the two sides.
Happened to you, didn't it? Winger, striker, bit of both.
That's right. It's like letting a dog off the lead. You've got the licence, just roam about and cause problems. And of course, I mean, you saw the second goal there, which he scored. It was against Foster. All he did was play on his shoulders, just spun, and what a finish it was.
And what a great start for Alan Irvine. First chance Wednesday fans have had to have a look at him close up. Different style to Mark Robins on the touchline. He was a real jack in the box, whereas Mark Robins was calmness itself, a bit Sven-like.
Yeah, I mean, there's no right way, there's no wrong way. But if you look at Alan Irvine, he's just come in a few days in the job there, and he'll be trying to get his points across, but he's not been able to do that on the training pitch. So it's easier just to be on the sidelines pointing it.
Still a tough task for him. Wednesday is still in a very, very dangerous position. Is he the man?
I think he is. I was very surprised that Preston North End let him go. He'd done a marvellous job there, and I'm sure they'll grow from strength to strength. If you look right through the side, Beaver's centre-back was exceptional on Saturday, and of course O'Connor ran. I mean, he ran the show in the middle of the park. And
you mentioned Jermaine Johnson. He's obviously had an impact on him because he started talking about the playoffs. Goodness sake, one step at a time.
Absolutely. I was just looking at it, something like 16 points adrift of the playoffs, so I'm sure his manager will be giving a little dig in the ribs just to say, calm down, son.
Thanks, John.